What's going on, guys? It's Megadan29, and today we're doing another $100 challenge, but for PS2. Okay, if you're not aware of what this is, I got this idea from Bit by Bit, Russ Lyman and NES Addicts podcast. And basically, you take $100, you go to price charting, you take whatever system you're covering, and with only $100, you try to make the best collection of your choosing that you can make. And for this list, I'm doing it a little bit different. For our Super Nintendo list, if you want to watch that, you can go see that. I just posted that the other day. And I used, obviously, loose prices for that one. On PS2, because I only buy this way, I'm doing CIB. Because that's the only way I do it. I don't ever buy loose. I don't like to buy PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 or anything else for that matter with disc only. I just don't like that. If it's really expensive, then maybe, but no, I'm not doing disc only. So the prices aren't that bad even on CIB, and I think that this list came out super sick. So throughout this video, I will be looking over here once in a while to get my price. So if you wonder what I'm looking at over there, my computer is over here, and I'm going to get my prices from there. And I got my games right here. So let's start it out. So here we go. $100. Do it with the complete prices off of price charting. And yeah, that's how we're doing this. So, first game on the list is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The reason I chose this game is, for one, it's my favorite one on the PS2. I know a lot of people like the other ones the best, but I actually like this one the best because I loved how you had to eat and you could work out and you could do different stuff. And I also loved the era, the 90s, and how it was all about the gang banging, and it had a lot of the rap music that was really popular at the time. You know, this is supposed to take place around, you know, the times of Eazy-E and Tupac, NWA and Snoop Dogg, you know, and all those guys. So I kind of liked how you were like in the ghetto, and it had a really crazy story. I would say this one was like kind of the most hardcore too. But they brought the jetpack in this one. There was a lot of things in this one. I want to say this is the first one too where you could have hydraulics on your car. Could be wrong, but you could do a lot of different things in this one. I remember that on the PS2 ones, that this is kind of the one that I preferred because I think you could do the most things. I think, maybe there was a jet in the other ones too, but I want to say there was only a jet in this one too. I don't know. There was some things about it that were extremely unique. So this comes in at $11.32, which, by the way, as I'm going through this list and I'm talking about this stuff, notice the prices and notice how on PS2 they're really not that bad. Like, dude, right now is the time to go buy some PS2. Like, the prices are decent as hell. So I would definitely go take a look if you can get them for what price charting is saying. But yeah, $11.32, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. For our second game, we're going with a sports title, because you always got to have, with my lists, I like to have a lot of variety in things that I really love. What I'm looking for mainly, let me better say that, is I'm looking for things I can play a lot. You know, you don't want to get things that are, okay, cool, Gun was awesome. Spoilers, Gun ain't in this list. But Gun was awesome, but you pretty much, it's a straightforward thing. You play the game and that's it. You know, so you have to be careful about picking stuff like that, because once you play it once or twice, you're done forever, you know. So, here we go. Madden 2005. Picked Madden 2005 because this is my favorite Madden on the system. It's a very good Madden. The Bears are very good on this game. And obviously you can play through many, many, many seasons of Madden. So Madden 2005 is just really cool. I think this is the first one. Ooh, is it the first one with the hit stick? I'm not really sure. But this was a really freaking solid one. Not much to say about Madden 2005. But it came in at $5.27, very cheap. So, Madden 2005, run it. Third, coming in at $11.48, NBA Street. So NBA Street's freaking awesome. I like this a lot more than the live games, the simulation games, if you will. This is freaking awesome. I can play this a lot. I used to play it all the time as a kid with my buddy Paul, and then we'd play against each other, all of us friends. Michael Jordan's on it and stuff like that. It's got a lot of cool characters. It's fun to play. It's one of those games you can pop in anytime and play it. I didn't get Volume 2, which looked kind of cooler, but I didn't get Volume 2 because I didn't have room for it. It actually was a little bit more money, and I wanted to squeeze another game in. So that's why I had to go with NBA Street 1. But this is the one I played anyway, so I guess it makes sense. So, yeah, NBA Street. Now a game that I played a lot as a kid. And I used to go over to my buddy's house, my buddy Andrew's house, and we would go over to this bar called the 10th Inning, get frickin' wasted, go back to his house, and we would frickin' play the hell out of this game. And that is MLB Slugfest 2003. So this game is another arcade baseball game where you beat the crap out of each other and stuff like that, and we used to have so much fun with this game. I didn't choose 2004 because this was the one I played that I was used to and I had fun with, so I just stuck with whatever, you know. But this game is freaking awesome. If you've never played MLB Slugfest, definitely give it a try. I feel like it's a game that gets passed over in the arcade type of sports games. Dude, it's really fun. You can play a full season, well, kind of full. It's 82 games, and what it is for every one team you play, that would be a series in real life. So a 3 or 4 game set is one game in this. But it's got a full season. You go through the playoffs, you do all that stuff. It's really cool. This game is badass. I even want to say that you can trade players, create a player. I think you can do a lot of stuff in this. So we used to have so much fun with this game. And I didn't even say it. MLB Slugfest came in at $7.29. $7.29, MLB Slugfest 2003. The next one I wanted to do some research on. I wasn't 100% sure who's on the game, but I do remember playing this game a lot, so I went ahead and chose it. The one that everybody loves, you'll see, was a lot more money. So that was another reason why I didn't go with it. And this one comes in at $9.96, and that is Smackdown versus Raw. And this is the first one of that, kind. They had like 03, 04, and then 05, I think it was. Here Comes the Pain is the one everybody likes. This is the one I played a lot, and I think I could have enough fun with it. I don't remember who the secret characters are on the game or anything like that, but I do know that, like, Kane's on it and stuff like that. Undertaker, your main guys, right? They're going to be in the game. So that is fine with me. So I can look on the back of it, and Bret Hart's in it. So Bret Hart is one of the legends in the game. I know one of them had, like, Roddy Piper and stuff like that, but the roster was still beefy at this time. So I went ahead and got this. Smackdown vs. Raw. You gotta have a wrestling game, man. Alright, the next game is something that kind of goes against what I was saying, but it was cheap. I really love the franchise, and I needed another game, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and snag this one. And this one comes in at $10 even. And that is Mafia. Mafia is a series that I freaking love, and the reason I went with this is because you can run around, you can do things in this game. There's a really good story. It is somewhat replayable, and I love that the time period it's in the 50s, in the Mafia type of situation, that era. And it's really cool. It's actually very unique too. I got a lot of memories with this because your cars can like actually run out of gas and stuff like that, and you can actually get pulled over. And if you just pull over and don't run from the police, they'll write tickets and stuff. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but back in those days, when you're playing Grand Theft Auto or something like that, you get caught by the police doing anything, and they just start shooting at you. And there is no pulling you over. Like, they don't do that. So in this game, it brought a little bit more realism into it. But it's a great story. If you've never played the frickin' Mafia games, definitely get into it. Alright, the next game I somehow don't have. I swear I must have given it to somebody or something, but I'm going to have to change that very soon, and it'll be very easy to do that. And that is Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So, somehow I don't have it, so I need to go get it. But it comes in at $9.57. I went ahead and snagged another one like Vice City because it takes place in, obviously, the 80s. It's kind of cool. It's a freaking Grand Theft Auto game. It's awesome. And I thought, you know what? For replayability and stuff, Grand Theft Auto, you can just get lost in having fun, running around, going after police officers, seeing what people do, trying to find all the hidden stuff, trying to do things. You can get lost in doing that. And for $9.57, right? You know, that's not bad. I'll take that. So I went ahead and snagged another Grand Theft Auto and put it in there. So Grand Theft Auto Vice City. You guys have all heard of it. Next, NHL Hits 2002. Don't mind this. That is wrong. For some reason, I bought 2002. I got it in a lot, I think, a long time ago. And it came in an 03 case. So somebody screwed up. But this comes in at $9.73. So $9.73. I played this with Gaming Off the Grid. This game can be played so many times over. It's another simulation type game, or I'm sorry, arcade type game. NHL Hits, crazy fun hockey game. I was gonna go with a real hockey game, but I was like, dude, NHL Hits is freaking awesome. So I could definitely go for playing another season or two in this. Friends come over, you play them in NHL Hits. It's good stuff, man. NHL Hits 2002, badass. And I'm sure 03 is badass too. I don't know what it goes for though. But I chose 2002 because that's the one I played. Next, Burnout Revenge. So I wanted to get a racing game up in here. And I was like, dude, freaking Burnout. So Burnout Revenge is my favorite on the console. I have not played a ton of the other ones, but this is the one I bought when I was a kid, and it was so good. And this comes in at $7.99. So I had a ton of fun with this game. It's got the big crashes. It's got the eliminator races, which I loved. It's good stuff. Got the time trials. Badass game. I actually played this with Gaming Off the Grid as well, just like NHL Hits. And we ended up completing their file, which was really awesome. So, dude, can't go wrong with Burnout. Burnout's a great game. If you've ever played any of them, I mean, there's definitely an argument over whether people like 2, 3, Revenge, whatever. But at the end of the day, the whole point is, these Burnout games are freaking sick, and you should play them. Next, Fight Night 2004. The reason I went with this is, for one, it was cheap at $8.99, but also Wes talked to me a lot about this game, and again, this is a game where you can start a career, you can fight for a really long time, and I just feel like the replayability is there. And I love boxing games, so I think Fight Night Round 4, or 2004, would be super sick to play. Definitely would love to just dissect tons of time into this game and play it, and that's why I felt like it was good for this collection. And I mean, what's there to say about Fight Night other than it is a realistic boxing game, but it's not like Punch Out or something like that. But yeah, Fight Night brought a whole new, like, it brought back boxing games. Like Knockout Kings and stuff was doing pretty good, but once they made it Fight Night, it like reached a whole new level. So definitely check it out. And last, but certainly not least, is Medal of Honor Frontline. I have tons of memories with this game. It comes in at $5.87. I have tons of memories with this game. It's got that awesome D-Day mission at the beginning. It's super, super sick. I was going to go with black on the PS2, but I could not make room for it. I missed it by like 4 or 5 cents, dude. It was insane. So I would have had to take out another game and this and that, and I basically came down to it and said, you know what? This is a really good game. I love it. And I think I could see myself replaying it at least a few times, and maybe even attempting like something like a no death run or something like that on something crazy like this, because it'd be super neat. But I remember the missions are really, really, really good, and I feel like this is the time at this point where Medal of Honor took like a lot more of a giant step, you know, aside from, you know, the bad graphics and stuff. Like, this is the first time that it looked crazy good at the time. We were looking at that D-Day mission going, holy cow, you know, after Saving Private Ryan came out and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, my whole list came out to $97.47. $97.47. There was a lot of games I left out of it, like the God of Wars, the Contras, and it was a mixed batch on why I didn't add them and why I went with something else. Most of the time, though, with a lot of those games, you know, the Suffering and all the different like adventure type of games, the reason I didn't go with those is because they're kind of one and dones. You know, you play through God of War and then you're kind of like, okay, I'm done, and that's why I didn't go with it. At least that's just my opinion. Now, if everybody else can sit there and speed run it and play it a million times, and that's awesome. But I chose games that if I had to have them to the point where they had to, where they were basically one and dones, then I wanted to make it to where it was something that had a memory with me then. Like Mafia, I played the heck out of that game. Love the series. Medal of Honor, I played with my friends. Love the series. But God of War and stuff, I love that too, but I guess I just like those a little bit better. It's more, seriously had to make another cut for another yawn. I gotta quit shooting these videos so late. Anyway, I didn't go with God of War just because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like I needed to play those games again. It might have had the same effect as the Mario games did on me, where I've played through them and I've seen them so many times that I don't need to see them anymore. I think that might have been it. But anyway, guys, we're on 18 minutes. That's my list. Definitely, you guys should do this too. It's a lot of fun to do. So I got a pretty good collection from that. How many games did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. No, I'm sorry, 11, because one of them I didn't have. 11 freaking games. 11. It's pretty good. You need to start shopping PS2. PS2, man. They do a lot. I'm probably going to be doing other lists. If there's any lists you want to see, let me know. I'm afraid I'm going to be looking at this one here soon. You know how the prices have gotten for those. It's going to be bad. Anyway, guys, take it easy. God bless.